So, we have our final wonderful one, and the core team is now together, united, and we are going to succeed at saving the world. I mean, I have to say, Wonder Black took his time getting here, but, what the hey. Now, it is very, very important that you do, open this box here, because it has a hero heart fragment in it, and that's obviously very important because it increases your health, and considering the amount of damage that you can potentially receive in something that happens towards the end of the game, you are going to want as many hero hearts as you can possibly get your hands on, because you want as much health as possible. Now, after getting black, if you run back here, you can get Secret Mission 6, which is a bit of a pain, because fighting Hagonays in such an enclosed space is rather difficult. But, obviously, Unite Claws is a very helpful tool in defeating them. Also, you really should try and start making use of Unite Bomb, because it really is one of the, well, technically one of the most broken weapons in the entire game. I mean, it's not entirely broken, because at first it seems completely useless for the most part, apart from when you are required to use it, as in the Duras. Because it's really slow, it's a bit of a tricky shape to pull off, and it doesn't necessarily show off its benefits immediately. However, the reason that I say it's one of the more broken weapons in the game is because you can get some ridiculous combo scores with it. I can't remember quite how you do it, but you can cause mass damage to a lot of things. I think one of the tactics that some people use or tend to use, or used to use, I don't know, was to use a Unite Bomb and then send the Wonderliner into an enemy, because if you have the attack liner, then it attacks, so you've got the combo counter going up just by sending in the attack liner after having used Unite Bomb, and you can really, really cause some massive damage with that, and get a massive combo score. It's really cool. I'll try and show off something like that. I think I have got footage of Unite Bomb being pretty blooming awesome. Now, I don't know why I'm going up here again, but oh well, I think it's because I am trying to locate a Kakurega, or something that isn't quite available in this precise location right now. Either that, or I'm just being completely silly. This is stuff like this is probably why I should probably spend a little bit more time editing my walkthroughs sometimes, but unfortunately I get editing fatigue rather quickly, and then you end up with situations like this where I'm just standing around for ages. And thankfully we're moving now. I am so sorry about that. I would now edit around things, but I'm in the middle of commentary, and I only ever like to do one take if I can help it. I say in a part where I messed up at the beginning and had to restart, but you can probably tell right now I'm completely balmy. It's that time of the year when insanity seeps in and is ridiculous. Now, seeing as we are being an idiot, I will go into some of the awesome things about Wonder Black. Because he doesn't... Well, Wonder Black gets literally no character development throughout this entire game, which is rather disappointing. Because, I mean, he gets far less character development than either White or Yellow, and they get next to nothing. I mean, it's even worse for Black, because Black has hardly any dialogue at all. I mean, basically, other than Unite Bomb, and, what else? Yeah, Unite Bomb and... He mumbles a lot, does Wonder Black. Other than that, it doesn't really have a lot to say. So, in majority of the artwork that you will ever see of Wonder Black, he's playing on something that looks very, very similar to a 3DS. And it has the old-fashioned Game & Watch colours. I think somebody did ask Kumiya about it, and he said that it was an unspecified high-spec 8-bit device, because, of course. Also, I haven't covered the Japanese voice cast at all, because I don't want to embarrass myself more than I have done with pronouncing Japanese words, and it's going to be worse whenever I eventually do play Okami. But in the Japanese dub of the game, both Wonder Green and Wonder Black shared the same voice actress, Orine Fukushima, which is rather amusing. And I don't know whether they thought to do that in the English dub, or whether they just thought, yeah, let's just have different people, because Nintendo are funding us for this, we have the money, we can do this. Now, when Wonder Black's card showed in his intro sequence, it said that he was ranked A. The majority of the other Wonderful Ones have unknown ranks, probably, mostly because they overlap the left side of their profile cards, with the exception of Wonder Red and Wonder Blue, who are both ranked A, like Black. Which would lead me to assume that our 7 main Wonderful Ones are ranked A, and then the other Wonderful Ones are kind of ranked B downwards. And then, yeah, that makes sense to me. Now, Wonder Black is actually the second main Platinum game character to be a gamer themselves. The first being Irene in Annika Reigns, who plays on a PSP-like device. And obviously Wonder Black plays with a 3DS-like device because this is a Nintendo game. And you have to do this sort of stuff. Early concept of the Wonderful Ones shows that he was originally going to be Wonder Digital. And he's kind of shown chewing blue-coloured bubblegum and holding a purple backpack, and then his suit's got like a coloured orange hue, and his headphones are tinted a slight yellow hue. But I have to say, I do think his current design is quite awesome, even if he is the character that a lot of people tried to pull the racism card on, and it was just like, oh my gosh, they made Wonder Black black. That is, like, so racist. It's only about as racist as the fact that the first Power Ranger, like, the first Black Power Ranger was Zack Taylor, who was also black. Oh, look, it's the Mazer. I wonder if we're going to have another fight with Vulcan shortly. But, yeah, whilst we're running from the Mazer, I'll cover the last bit of Wonder Black trivia that I have, and that is that his real name, which surprisingly Red didn't announce. I mean, he's pretty much covered everybody else's names, but he didn't do Black's. It's Krishna Ramanujan. Yeah, looks about right. So the name is kind of derived from two things. Krishna means dark black, well, dark or black or that kind of thing, which obviously references his wonderful title and potentially also skin colour, but I don't know whether that was quite intended. It probably was. And then the Ramanujan comes from Srinivasa Ramanujan, which is who is a famous mathematician who lived in the 19th and 20th centuries and made numerous contributions to maths, which is quite fitting because Wonder Black has an extremely high IQ. Something that we will come to learn more of when we reach the boss of Operation 005. And now I should probably shortly return to the whole racism issue, because the main thing that kind of goes against Wonder Black being racist is that he's Indian. He is from New Delhi, or at least his assignment place is New Delhi. And you can tell that because he's got the little red mark on his forehead. So even if you think he is a racist stereotype, in a sort of way, sort of is, the whole breakdancing stuff, but it's done kind of with a nod to the original Power Rangers, and also, even though Black doesn't really speak a whole lot, he is pretty awesome, because, I mean, he's like as young as he is, like around the same age as Green, and they're both very young, and he's a university student. He's that young. And he's 11. He's 11, and he's doing the same level of thing that I'm doing right now in my 20s. Well, being 20, which is just like terrifying.
Space pirate band known across the universe as the Geathjerk, Prince Vorkin. I've been waiting to knock some sense into this cat.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
All warmed up, I hope. Our fated duel is at hand. No more holding back, Blunder Red. No more holding back.
Wonder Red. If you insist on another fight, Prince Vorkin, I think we deserve to hear what it is you're fighting for.
What I'm fighting for? Ah, I suppose we do have a gentleman's agreement of sorts. Let's see. Where did I leave off?
On a fateful day, she was a new student just transferred to the class next door.
She? What do you mean, she? Spill it, Vorky!
I'll just chill while you guys do your thing.
Do not let down your guard, Blue.
Yes. She was a vision of beauty. And her name was... What was her name? Ah, yes. I remember.
Master, I must plead for brevity.
But I only just got started. Oh well, at least fate has provided a grand stage for our final encounter. Ready yourself, Blunder Red.
Ah, Vorky. Always with the being interrupted. But yes, team, unite up. Yes, Pink, it is indeed Vorky time. Now, at this point, Vorkin is certainly more difficult than he has been previously because he is going to make a lot of use out of Unite Hammer, which can cause a lot of damage, and he's also going to start using Unite Tombstone on you, which is a bit of a pain to block. I mean, mostly you've just got to avoid it, but still, if you make use of the Unite Hammer, not Unite Hammer, Unite Sword, as you probably might have been doing previously, you are going to do about as well here. I mean, it's pretty much sorted. But also, his reaction after using Unite Guts is actually a lot easier to dodge than in the last iteration. Because in the last iteration, I believe it was Whip Cyclone, or it might have been Sword Cyclone, whereas here it's Sword Rising. Which, as long as you kind of move to the left or right of him, you are going to dodge much more quickly and effectively than getting out of the way of a Cyclone. But you may have guessed that Vulcan's a little bit too important to have our final fight against him here. We are going to have at least one more fight with our wonderful Prince Borky. I still hate it when he uses Unite Claws, because that's probably the most irritating thing to dodge. Things are going to get a lot simpler as soon as we have finished this operation, however, because through unlocking Wonder Black, we have been given access to at least one more custom block, which is really, really helpful. It's probably one of the most helpful Unite Morphs in the game, because it basically gives you Witch Time from Bayonetta. I think I've literally just grown so used to using Witch Time that kind of not having it makes me feel a little bit handicapped in action games, which is slightly terrifying as a prospect, that I've grown so used to a certain way of playing kind of high action games that when it's not there I feel a little bit kind of out of sorts. But then I guess it just goes to show how good Bayonetta's system is, and that kind of even here, that the ability to dodge is far more fun and interesting than blocking and countering. Although saying that, there is a counter and blocking custom block in this game, and there is a bottle cap connected to it. It's like Counter Master or something, you have to counter 3 attacks. It basically works the same as the Moon of Mahakala, or whatever it was in Bayonetta. And kind of similar to the parry tactic in Metal Gear Rising, but I don't think, well, you don't have to push the attack button to pull out your your block and counter. But still, I'd say dodging is always more fun, because it keeps the flow of action going, and if anything, that's one of the most important things I find in action games, and I think that's why I enjoy having this type of system in place more than anything else, because the flow of battle just keeps going, and that is integral, really, to keeping the thrill of battle. But I think Vorky's nearly done now. Come on, Vorky, just take this last little hit, please. Take that. Oh, Vorky.
Sacre vert! It is as though they cannot die!
Dude, seriously, what is with these zombie freaks?
Quite a disappointing performance. Will you not fight for dearth?
More, Vorky! More!
Team, stand your ground!
Roger!
What are you doing, warriors of Earth?
What?
Is this truly your best? Is this all you are capable of?
I don't recall giving you permission to speak, Chugi. Now, the time has come to bring this absurdity to an end! Who dares? No, not the power amp system.
Now get ready for one of the weirder edited cutscenes in the game. Yep, we seriously needed 2 kind of blackouts there. Don't know why it's there, but okay. I will live.
Team! Night Glider!
Roger.
That's actually one of the only instances where Unite Glider gets pulled out in that sort of fashion. Most of the time you're kind of on a platform and have to use it. Maybe about 3 or 4 instances where you are in a quick time event where Unite Glider has to be brought out in such a manner. Now do make sure that you don't go too low, that you miss out on that wonderful file, because that would be a pain. But now we get to play a rather fun little minigame. And as you've probably guessed, there is a bottle cap associated with doing something in it. So, the Dakar has got a drill on it. And it's really blooming useful, and to be perfectly honest, this entire little section is really fun. So you mash the X button to drill. There are different types of blocks that take different kind of lengths to destroy. You can use your Unite Morphs during this, and in fact if you want to get the bottle cap you are going to have to do that. Because you need to move very, very quickly through this section, if you can. So, the bottle cap that is in here is called Drill of Iron. You can see where I got the title for this part from. And basically, the way that you get that bottle cap is by killing, I believe it's 50 enemies whilst in this section, which basically means kill everything, because there are, I believe, a grand total of 50 enemies in this section, and you have to kill all of them. Now you can do this on any difficulty. I will be showing you exactly how to do it on normal in the extras. Because right now I was more interested in getting this over with as quickly as possible. And really, it's very, very easy to do if you aren't going for that bottle cap. And even if you are going for that bottle cap, the bottle cap isn't horribly difficult. You just got to know where the enemies are and how to defeat them quickly. You can even cheat ever so slightly. And by that I mean that kind of basically enemies get killed by the lava, so you can kind of, and if you hit the lava then you just kind of get that bit reset, so you can kind of trick the game a little bit by killing yourself before the lava reaches some enemies if you don't think you're going to have time to kill them. It's quite awesome. Also, Unite Sword is very, very helpful in this section, because you can just cause massive damage to him. I mean, you can do it with most of the Unite Morphs, but Sword is particularly helpful. Also, make sure that you stay at a reasonable distance from this guy and most of the other enemies, because otherwise the damage won't take effect, which is a bit weird, You would think being right up close and personal would cause the most damage, but it doesn't. You've got to be at a weird distance, but still. That's that mission done, and we are right near the end of Operation 005A. I think we just have like one mission left. But then we get into 5B, which is got a few interesting things in it. A few annoying things as well, but interesting all the same. First, we are going to have a nice little cutscene with Immorta, because it's very nice of her to help out, you know? We'd be dead if it weren't for her in the Dakar.
So, mystery babe, want to explain why you've been following us halfway around the world?
No thanks for saving your lives?
If it isn't Immorta, Galactic Federation Police Special Weapons Tactics and Investigation Team Sector S451219. You have our thanks.
Galactic police?
Oh, you two are, how do you say, acquainted? Wanna luge? You are a smooth operator, no?
No, you got it all wrong. I that is to say, we,
Look, red is red. This is funny, huh?
What? You've been running around with some hussy while we're trying to save the world?
Right then. I see you're as dysfunctional as ever. You're all out for yourselves. It's not teamwork, it's me work. Blue, was it? You're the worst. I've seen you jump into battle without the least regard for your teammates. That's not going to get you anywhere.
Are you talking to me?
This is nothing new. Blue is our lone wolf. He charges first, asks questions, never.
Button it, Bernays.
It's just sloppy. You'll never match Vorkin's teamwork in battle, even if he does have to resort to intimidation to motivate his men.
intimidation?
So the high and mighty space cop likes to talk tough. But isn't your intergalactic planetary whatever supposed to keep space pirates from attacking innocent planets? You do your job, then worry about criticizing ours.
Excuse me?
I didn't ask for your opinion, and I sure didn't ask for your help, so if you're done, get out of my face.
Blue, you are such an ass.
Ah, Blue. The master of unwanted opinions drives away yet another lady.
Seriously, you pig-headed, arrogant, selfish, narcissistic, rampaging, sweaty oaf.
What do you call him sweaty?
Reto-san, I must report my findings. I have noticed a change in the pirates' armor when they lose power to their spacecraft.
Indeed.
So yes, the Geathjerk change when they lose power at their spacecraft, so gonna have to make use of that next time we see them. Also, we're facing off against more Duras. Yay. I say that, they're only a pain when you don't have that much battery energy, as is the case at present, because we have lost it all. Don't quite know how, but we have, and that's rather depressing. Yes, that kind of triple bomb move that Black does, I don't know how you pull that off. I don't know whether it's like his version of Unite Cyclone. Because the thing is that although kind of Black will level up, he doesn't actually have the same skill set as everybody else. and I mean that in the bomb Unite Morph doesn't gain a wonderful Rising or a wonderful Cyclone, like all the others do. It's just you get everything from the start, which is quite helpful. But I don't. It's mostly because you are just throwing stuff about. But still, time to take down the Unco by being a cheap sod. And this really is cheap, but it's so much fun. I mean, just wailing constantly. It's brilliant. Maybe slightly painful in the ears after a while, and maybe slightly tedious. But either way. Now, if you do create a big Unite Claw and stop that attack, it's quite awesome. Kind of gutted that I don't show it off in the main game, but these things happen, really. Not a lot I can do about it now. Either way, that is the end of Operation 005A. We just have to continue through this temple, and also get one of the most useful custom blocks in the game, Hero Time. But we will probably do that at just before we go into 005B.